just how insane this television news station went when the Nintendo DS came out.
Nintendo DS is going to redefine portable handheld
Reggie.
gaming.
Well, stop the music. Because
Why did you leave
also
Nintendo?
redefining how vulnerable your kids are to child molesters.
Oh my god.
What? Jesus Christ, mate! Bit of an overreaction there, don't you think? How do you go from something as innocent as, I'm gonna play some Mario, to, you're gonna get raped, kid?
What is going on, guys? Reacting to GradeAUnderA. I'll be honest, it's been a long time since I watched this man's content. It's been years. But anyway, this one is people who hate video games. And I wonder what points is he going to bring up and what he's going to mention and say. But anyway, let's go. Oh my god.
I love video games, man. Video games were my childhood.
Ooh.
But shit has changed so much over the years. Like, the graphics pretty much look realistic nowadays, right? But I was playing video games back when it looked like a drunk 4-year-old had designed the characters. But the way that people see video games as a whole has
God, his mic quality is so based.
changed so much, man. Like, back in the days, right, a video games console was just seen as a fun little device that gave you a ton of fun. But
Yeah.
now it's as if half the world fucking hates them. And there are 3 people or demographics that
Oh,
seem to
yeah.
hate video games the most. But the third one in particular, though, holy shit, man! Now, what's your problem? So in this video, I'm gonna help you fellow gamers out by telling you who these people are and
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There was a certain point in time, for some reason, if you were someone that liked video games and stuff, for me, it wasn't really much of a problem because I never really talked to a whole lot of people when I was a kid and all that stuff. So my group, my friend group tend to be like really small. But I've heard that in other places, like in the UK and things like that, where liking video games, liking anime and things like that was practically social suicide, practically. Which I'll be honest with you, I never really had any of these cases. It's like, yeah, I made fun of the people, that watch Naruto and Inuyasha and stuff, while me at home watching Dragon Ball, which is really not that significantly different. But you know, that's just how it was, back in fucking early 2000s.
pointing out to those people just how stupid that hate is to hopefully turn that video game frown upside down. Either that or they just fucking shut up. Do you know what I mean? Listen, why do all parents seem to hate video games as much as they do? They hate them, man. Like, I could have my brother be in a gang and be addicted to meth, and my mum would have more of an issue with me playing fucking Tetris from the way she talks about them. And God forbid they ever actually see me playing them. If my mum ever sees me playing games, right, without fail, I get the same comment.
Aren't you wasting your time?
Playing video games, huh? Yep. When you gonna grow up, Grade? Huh? Grow up? What do you mean grow up? Talking
You know
like I'm
what?
sat here finger painting or something. Do you not see this, Mum? Look. What does that say? Yeah. 18.
It's a grown-up game. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. He's not, he's not wrong. This is the same age group, right? It's because my parents, they're obviously they're the older crowd, right? But I love how people who are in this older crowd that are like in their late 50s to 60s and things like that, these are the same people that would nag us when we were kids about playing games all the time or whatever, go outside to do things, even though I did some of those things with my cousins and all that whenever they came by, for the weekend and all that stuff. Or sometimes we will all get a game session from time to time, not all of them are gamers, but sometimes we would play like Xbox or Super Nintendo or something like that, right? But these are the same age group of the older generation that loves doom scrolling on their phones. And I know this because my dad does this as well. And my mom too.
How are you gonna say I need to grow up when my shit has the 18 symbol on it, Mum? Cause do you know what else has this same symbol on it? Yeah, that's right. My pornos. If you walked in and saw me watching one of my pornos, would you tell me to grow up? Exactly. No, you wouldn't, Mum. So respect my life choices.
Oh my lord.
Contrary to what half the fucking parents out there believe, right? This 18 means that this shit is not for kids.
Yep.
Right? Manly men play
Even
these
though
games,
we still
Mum.
play them.
Men! You're talking to me like I don't have pubes, Mum. But listen, I'm not an idiot, right? I do get where they're coming from. Like, if I was sat at home playing this sack of shite, right? Then yes, that's me being a kid, and maybe I do need to fucking grow up.
I'll be honest with you, man. I was having I was having credit card issues last night for trying to buy Minecraft. So I just kind of gave up on it. I was like, fuck this. Maybe I'll buy it some other time.
Right, by the way, right, whilst we're on the topic of parents,
And honestly, he isn't wrong either about what he's saying too. But anyway.
to video games, how come you guys fuck it up like every single time? It's not hard, right? Listen, Xbox, Wii, PlayStation. What do you mean PlayStation?
Oh,
These four
yeah.
look nothing like each other. Why is everything a PlayStation to you? Game Boy? Oh, listen.
Obviously, he's talking about people that are like their grandmas and grandpas and things like that. Luckily enough, you know, since my mom, well, my mom didn't grow up with games, but they know about games and things like that roughly, right? But we did teach them and things like that, like with the different consoles and things like that. Like this was PlayStation, especially the ones that we own specifically. Like, oh, we had the Super Nintendo or even like the Xbox. So I'm like, get the ones that has this that literally says Xbox. It's not exactly, you know, that difficult to remember, right? Because it's an X and it says box and it's green. While the other one is PlayStation, while that one says Play and Station, and the other one says 2, and is and it's white. You know, it's all these things, you know. So luckily, like, my mom never really went out of her way to actually, you know, mess up getting copies and things like that. Thank God that never happened. And on top of that, most of the time, we were always there with her anyway.
And I'm going to be honest with you, right? I don't know what the fuck our problem is, man. Seriously. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Right, trust me, right? If you don't know who she is, you're better off that way, right? Knowing who she is will just piss you off, right? I guarantee you, man.
Dude, she's still around even after all these years. Sorry, man.
Okay, but she was the second, right? But the third group of people who hate video games is the news on TV.
Oh,
For some
my
reason,
God,
right,
yes.
television news stations fucking hate the thought of people playing video games. And they love blowing shit way out of proportion and making video games out to be the worst thing to happen to society since reality TV. For example, right? Let's just have a look at
The fun part is that these are the people that are very addicted to through that fucking reality TV. They hate video games, but they love reality TV. It's like, brother, you love and believe bullshit as well. You like fake stories the same way as I do. But the difference is that my medium is massively successful while yours is a huge fucking actually, that's not really that much of a failure depending on which one you're watching. Like my 600-pound life, I like to watch that show to laugh at other people because I'm like, damn, bro, I'm so glad, you know, I don't fucking gorge myself that much like these fat fucks.
just how insane this television news station went when the Nintendo DS came out.
Nintendo DS is going to redefine portable
Oh,
handheld
Reggie.
gaming.
Well, stop the music. Because
Why
it's
did you leave
also
Nintendo?
redefining how vulnerable your kids are to child molesters.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, mate! Bit of an overreaction there, don't you think? How do you go from something as innocent as, I'm gonna play some Mario, to, you're gonna get raped, kid?
I'm gonna play some Mario while holding a PSP.
That's like going from, I'm gonna take my vitamins, to, you're gonna choke on that vitamin and die, you little bastard. Fucking relax, man. Talk about an overreaction. America, are your news stations always like this when they're talking about video games?
PlayStation Portable.
Honestly, a little bit,
Well,
yeah.
apparently not. Okay, fair is fair, right? They were pretty fucking harsh and over the top when they were talking about the Nintendo DS, right? But it looks like they've fixed up their act, saying that the Sony PSP is good, clean fun. Now listen, Timmy, shut up, mate. Guess I can give you this present after all. Here you go, Timmy.
Until...
Because the people on the news said it's okay.
PSPs are good, clean fun, right? So why are they also known by the name PlayStation portable.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh my
sake!
god, why?
High-powered computer that with a Wi-Fi connection can access the internet, and that opens up Pandora's box.
What?
Yeah, anything with the internet connection can have access to anything and everything. What is your point? What? Because your kid is gonna be able to access to these sites? It's like, yeah, they will be able to, but guess what, you imbecile? You can log into your modem for, I don't even know for how fucking long you've been able to do this, and block these sites. But hey, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, you could do these things. This isn't like brand new shit.
Pandora's box! Oh, fucking
my
hell,
God.
Timmy! I bought you this PSP thinking it was an innocent gaming system.
You know what's even crazier? From how old that footage is, it's like, bro, this was at the time when internet wasn't even that much commercialized. They have, for anyone who is older than like maybe more than like in their late 20s or mid 30s and things, how many of you had access to the internet as a small child like this? How many? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't have I think with the first time, I think when I was able to have internet access, or when I had internet in the house, is back when I was like 13 or 14 years old, all the way back in what is it, in what is it, in Lich King. What is it? When did Lich King come out? Let me see. There we go. Lich King release date in 2008. That's practically when I had internet access. Is back in 2008, and even with that, it was slow as shit. So I mean, dude, by the time when the PSP came out, that was like 2004, and even then, what is it? Internet access was actually pretty limited back then. It's like, bro, what is it? Internet back literally 20 years ago was not the same how it is now. Now it is so heavily commercialized that you don't even need the outlet anymore. All you have to do is set up a Starlink. Even a Starlink is expensive as shit, right? But that's how far we've become. We've come so far that literally you get internet from the fucking sky nowadays. From all the way in space. Because of Starlink and such. It's like, dude, this wasn't easily that accessible 20 years ago. But Jesus Christ, these guys be acting like, oh my God, this is gonna be, what is it? This is the thing that's it's gonna be the massive craze. It's like, not really, man.
But turns out it somehow unleashes hell. So tell me, trustworthy Fox News, what exactly is in this Pandora's box that the Sony PSP can somehow open up?
Pandora's box.
What? By the way, right, I am not kidding. This is the actual clip they used to show you how bad the Sony PSP is.
So this is someone that could just have access to Google. Okay.
How is there not a lawsuit here? Okay, so according to these old farts who know fucking nothing about video games, right? Your kids are exposed to porn, the KKK, pedophiles, and your son might be forming his own version of ISIS, all because of the Sony PSP's Wi-Fi connectivity.
You can chat with your friends.
Yeah, your bomb-making, naked pedophile friends from the KKK, perhaps.
Yeah.
Listen, I will not have you doing any
It
of that
is
shit
such
to
an
me,
extreme
you
take.
dirty, porn-addicted,
Take.
racist
Oh my
bastard.
God.
No wonder you're on that thing all day.
It's like, bro, it's like they're like, hey man, you know this thing that we have? Let's just go all the way. Let's go all the way across over here with all that shit. It's like, bro, oh my God. I remember some of this when I was younger. Jesus Christ, dude.
Seriously, right? Why do they do this? They know it's not really a problem, right? But they make it out to be one anyways. Wait. Oh my God, man. This must
What's
be
that?
why my mom gets in such a shit mood whenever she sees me on the PlayStation. Game Boy Grade. Because she's been watching too much of the fucking news on TV, unnecessarily complaining about video games. But if you don't believe me that the beef between the media and video games is real, right? Just have a look at this example here.
I'll be honest with you. I never really had that much of an issue, probably because my parents never really watched the internet when they were, years ago. They never really did. Yeah. So I never really had that much of an issue. At least not
The
to that
outrage
magnitude.
is so selective. Like, for example, right? Remember how they said that the PSP is a problem because of its ability to connect to Wi-Fi networks?
Inside is a high-powered computer that, with a Wi-Fi connection, can access the internet.
High power?
And that opens up Pandora's box.
Right. So aren't laptops a problem as well? Because laptops can definitely connect to Wi-Fi too, can't they? I
can
can
do way
find all
more
the
than that.
hardcore porn and bomb tutorials and KKK dating sites I want on my laptop as well, can't I? But no, they don't want to complain about laptops. They just want to complain about video games. They make out like video games.
I think it's obviously because I think the reason why is because these are the mediums that are mainly significantly popular with the younger generation, which is the kids, obviously, right? Because it's like, no, when people think kids, they don't think laptops or things like that. Well, probably, but they will. Whenever they think like young boys or young kids that are boys, like one of the things they're gonna think of is video games. So that's what they think of. They don't really think like old laptops or anything like that. So it makes sense why they take it in this manner, why they do this specific thing and kind of aim it in this, in this direction. But it's like, bro, it gets so annoying hearing this shit all the time. I'm like, bro, you're just being loud for being loud, and none of the shit you're saying to make sense.
Are so bad and are only a negative influence on society, right? But I would argue that it can be good. And if you want an example of that, right, just listen to what this sweet old lady says about her Nintendo DS.
I try to keep my brain active by playing on my Nintendo, and it's great. It's absolutely super. I can't speak highly enough of this Nintendo.
This old lady is 100 years old, and she says her brain training games on the DS help keep her brain active. But do you think most news stations would ever show you a good thing about video games?
Hell no.
No, of course not, mate. They'd rather show you this old twat who says that 5 roast dinners a day is the way to go. You fucking geriatric idiot. Listen, they've brainwashed people like my mum into lecturing me about things like, why are you wasting your time away in front of that TV playing video games, Grade? But will then go downstairs and go waste her life away in front of the TV watching the fucking news to hear their non-stop complaints about video games. Like that's any better.
Yeah, that's facts. The funny thing is that years later, by the time when all this was happening, who would ever thought that even like 20 years later, this is the same age group that's older, right? And their kids is probably having kids or whatever. This is the same age group that are doing the very thing that they nagged on their kids doing, but they're doing all this shit on their phones now, on Facebook, and all that. How the tables have turned.
Mate, it's always video games. It's never anything else, like his psychiatric condition, or the violent movies or TV shows he watches, or the violent rap music he listens to, right? Etc., etc. It's always the fucking video games. But video games are different, Grade. You're just a passive observer to movies and music, right? Whereas you're actually involved in video games. Fuck off, mate. Trust me, I spent the first 10 years of my life doing nothing but playing Super Mario, right? But I never felt an urge to go find a turtle and jump on it. Blaming this kind of shit on violent video games is like blaming car crashes on fucking bumper cars.
Yes. Yeah. The amount of times, I mean, who hasn't seen the amount of news coverages where they're like, because of video games, Columbine happened. Because of video games, it inspired 9/11. Because I mean, these are like the crazy things, right? There's been many times where video games were villainized so significant that even with some of the craziest events that happen, right? Video games are automatically to the blame. It's like, dude, it has been proven time and time again that it's not the video games that's the problem, it's the people. It is the people who were the problem to start with, because I don't know, maybe being like, hey, grabbing this hatchet and try to hack someone to pieces, maybe they weren't exactly normal to begin with, and they were mentally fucked up to begin with. But hey, what do I know?
Okay, so hopefully you can see just how stupid all of this shit is, right? So listen, how about we all just realize how stupid and ridiculous this complaining about video games is, right? And just play some Mario Party instead, right?
Yeah.
So parents, you need to chill out. News stations, you definitely need to chill out. And Anita Sarkeesian, holy shit, woman! You really need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
But while the news coverage of video games can be a bit over the top, right? Do you know what isn't over?
What was that quote from? Was it Anita? What was it like? What did she say? It was something like, everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is fascist, everything is whatever. I'm just hearing, you know, you hear that quote and you're like, man, this bitch retarded.
Over the top? The price you have to pay for all the cool stuff you can get in a loot crate. If you go to loot crate.
Oh no! For how old this is, loot crate? Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
9 p.m. Pacific Standard. If anyone cares, I don't have to.
Oh, that's funky. That's funky.
Right?
Ooh, buddy, yeah, that whole thing with the, what is it? That whole thing with the what is it? That whole thing with the loot crate. Yeah, I didn't really age too well there. I know there was some things going on with loot crate a long time ago. I can't remember what exactly. I know there was some shit. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, man, I mean, it's crazy of how much like video games was so villainized back in the day. I'm pretty sure these people are playing the games themselves as well. You don't know that stuff, but hey, you know, what is it? If you can't defeat the thing that you're trying to villainize, that you're trying to make a villain out of, you might as well join it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these people did. I mean, how many of these old boomers, you know, that hated video games and are playing they're not playing games through their phones? Come on now, how many of them are playing what is it? What is that gonna say? Tetris, but like Candy Crush, or some of these other games. I have no idea which ones because I don't know any of them because I don't do mobile gaming. But anyway, yeah, man. All right, all you guys have a good one. What is it? Leave below any stories that you have personally about your own endeavors with video games and such. Maybe even some news coverages or anything like that, or maybe just personal stories and such with what is it, with your parents or maybe other family members and things like that. Kind of talking to your why about whatever about video games and such. But anyway, all you guys have a good one. Leave a like, subscribe, check out the Discord, and check out the Twitch as well. I try to be live every day. But anyway, all you guys have a good one. Peace. Jeez, man, what it means to like games and shit. Whoever thought that we'll be the ones getting so demonized so much? Says the ones that like reality shows all the fucking time.